The main tasks of the next few years will be to strengthen wage and salary-earning families, as well as securing the financial security of pensioners, Viktor Orbán said on Kossuth Radio. Orbán also spoke about Hungarian-American relations. He said that economic and military cooperation was flawless, while political relations must be improved. Speaking about the Paris terrorist massacre, he called it brutal, barbaric and shocking. He added that the Hungarian government felt sympathy for and expressed solidarity with the families of the victims and the French people.
Nearly 200,000 more people held jobs in September to November 2014 than in the same period of the previous year, according to the Central Statistical Office's latest report showing the number of job holders at 4.155 million. At the same time, the number of the unemployed fell by 83,000 and the unemployment rate stood at 7.2% after a 2 percentage point drop. The Economy Ministry said the favorable figures had a beneficial effect on the budget and household consumption could increase, which boosts economic growth. Analysts said there was an increase in job opportunities offered by businesses and this trend could further strengthen in the years ahead. Ukrainian Foreign Minister Pavlo Klimkin made shocking remarks yesterday, stating that once joint customs inspection is introduced on the Ukraine-Hungarian border, holders of dual citizenship can expect a fine when crossing the border. Hungary's Deputy Prime Minister Joel Semyon said that Hungary would not be party to anything that endangers the interests of Hungarians living in Transcarpathia. The head of the Cultural Alliance of Hungarians in Transcarpathia said he was dumbfounded by Klimkin's remarks. László Brenzovic said Transcarpathians holding dual citizenship should not worry about crossing the Hungarian-Ukrainian border because they are not punishable by law.
The victims of crimes committed against settlers 251 years ago were commemorated in the village of Madefalva in central Romania's settler land. The ceremony was held as a formal closing of a year-long commemorations for the incident known as Sicklicidum. In 1764, mercenaries of the Habsburg monarch killed hundreds of independent-minded settlers in their sleep in Madefalva over their refusal to be drafted to serve as border patrol guards under Habsburg command. Árpád Potápi, the state secretary of Hungarian communities abroad, said the Hungarian government supported the settlers' inalienable right to autonomy. Transylvanian Hungarian politician and MEP László Tőkés has called for a strategic partnership and for renewed Transylvanian unity between Hungarian political parties. At a speech delivered in Nagyvárad, he said that ethnic Hungarians at the time of the regime change 25 years ago had stood on the right side, just as they had done in the presidential election last November. Transylvania Hungarians will be guided by the spirit of continuing the regime change in 2015 too, he said.
The public television network will introduce changes to its programming from mid-March. Channel M1 will get a facelift. It will broadcast non-stop news services as well as commentary programs and news magazines, BBC and CNN style, according to the public service media broadcaster. Duna TV will become the main national public channel and its profile will be public service, cultural and entertainment content to be broadcast in Hungary and in the Carpathian Basin. Petőfi TV will appear in the evening hours on M2 from March and the M4 Sports channel will launch in July. M1, M2, M3, Duna and M4 Sport will be available free of charge in basic TV program packages.
More and more Hungarian pensioners are traveling. The increase last year was 25%. The elderly generally seek out thermal baths and sites. In 2014, according to preliminary figures, domestic guest turnover grew by 10%. This was exceeded by those over the age of 55. In their case, it grew by 25%. Most hotels and travel agencies put on special programs for them and have special offers. Hungary's first satellite is expected to deorbit after successfully completing its mission between Friday evening and Saturday morning. It is getting ever closer to Earth and getting hotter and hotter. Mossad-1's onboard systems will deactivate and radio contact will be lost, and finally its aluminum frame will melt and the satellite will be destroyed. Originally, plans had been for the Mossad to function for 3 months, and yet it stayed in orbit for 3 years. In the meantime, students at the Budapest Technical University are working on the further development of the program and plan both a smaller and a larger satellite.